Hey guys, it's Kathy. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how you can print and bind your homeschool curriculum at home. So stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Kathy. I'm a homeschool mama of 2 little girls and I love sharing all things homeschool, motherhood, and fun DIYs sprinkled all up in there. So if you like that kind of content, then please go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell because I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I don't know about you guys, but my little homeschool mama spidey sense tingles whenever I think about new curriculum. And as we're going forward and getting ready for the 2021 through 22 school year, I am getting my curriculum all set and ready. This year we are printing everything from home, or not everything. We're printing majority of our curriculum at home. And I just wanted to share with you guys how easy it is to do. You do not have to be afraid. So I'm going to show you the actual things that I'm using, and then I'll also give you some alternatives if you don't have this particular equipment, and then I'll actually show you my full process. So the first thing, one thing that I love, we love the Good and Beautiful. We love their language arts curriculum, and it is free. Let me say that again, free for levels 1 through 5. So right now we have a kindergartner and we also have a level 4 student. So one of my kids completely free. So her curriculum is completely free and we are printing that sucker at home and we are saving money on that. And then for our kindergartner, I also went for the print at home option because I saved money printing at home and I also don't have to wait for shipping, and we know how shipping is crazy right about now. So we are printing all that stuff from home and doing that. Printing at home is also a really good option to save money. It's also quicker. If you decide you want to change up your curriculum midway through, you can actually print it and have it ready to go and not have to wait for shipping. So anyhow, let's go ahead and show you what we are working with. First of all, let me just show you. I'm gonna show you the finished results. This is it, guys. Here is my printed curriculum. This is our level K course book, and look at that. It looks legit, right? It looks like the real deal. So what I'm going to show you is literally how to print out and have a real deal curriculum. So first thing we're going to start with, the printer that I do use the Epson EcoTank. I have the 3760 and that one does front and back. I would recommend, if you're going to use if you're going to get an Epson if you don't have one. I love it, but the 2760 and higher, because that does the auto double side. So you want a printer that can do double side printing. So you don't have to use the EcoTank. It's just great on ink. But if you don't have that, then use whatever printer you have. You can also even have it printed out like at a Kinko's. Do Kinko's exist? But you know, Kinko's or like a Home Depot or something like that, and have it printed out for you. But if you want to print at home, I use the EcoTank 3760 for double side printing. That's the first thing. I am using, as of right now, I am using just like the cheapest paper. I'm not using a really heavy grade paper, but I will use, so I printed out her handwriting. This is for kindergarten handwriting. I think going forward, I will use a heavier paper because you can see like something like this where it has images on the other side. The paper is a little bit thinner so you can kind of see through, but that's not like a huge concern for me, so I'm okay with this using the cheapy Amazon basic paper. And then maybe going forward I would use a heavier paperweight, but I'm okay with what we have. And I did use a cardstock for the cover page. So the cover page of here, this right here is actually cardstock. So I printed the front and the back on cardstock, and then the rest I just used regular printer paper. Let's see what else. So I have, so the printer that we're using is the Epson EcoTank 3760. I'm using just regular Amazon Basics paper for print. I used a cardstock for the cover. That's completely optional. You don't have to use your regular printer paper. It's going to get laminated anyhow, so it doesn't really matter. Speaking of laminating, I have this Scotch laminator right here. This is what I use to laminate with. And I will try to link as much as I can in the description, but that's the laminator that I use. And then these are the thermal laminating sheets. I use Scotch just because I use Scotch, but you could totally use Amazon brand, it's okay. And these are the 5 milliliter sheets, but you can use 3. Again, it's completely up to you, it's just preference. And honestly, it's what I had on hand, so I'm gonna use what I have on hand. So, so we use the Scotch for our laminator, and then this is like the holy grail, kind of. But this is what's, oh my gosh, it's heavy. We use this thing right here for our binding. This is our mega hole punch. This is the TD 1200. And again, I will link that down below. But again, there's a lot of other options that you can use for hole punching. There is the Pro Click. You can kind of like slide and click. You can actually just use a regular 3-ring hole punch and put this curriculum in a binder. So you don't have to have that. But what I'm doing, this is what I'm using, right? And then with the with that coil binder, we have these coils here. I have like a box of like 50 of these, and these are the coils that I'm using. This is the 20 millimeter plastic coils. I would suggest using this one or bigger for the curriculum so that you're able to flip the pages and it's not tight, right? So you want to have a bigger ring like that. I did use the bigger ring, even though this handwriting book is like half the size of this one. I did go with a bigger ring just so again I could have room to flip around. I do have smaller rings, but that just that doesn't fit that one. So 20 millimeter is the ring that we're using. And then let's see, and the last thing is this little here. This is a binder clipper. I don't know what it's called. It's a binder clip. It cuts off the coil binding at the end, and you'll see that whole process. So that is everything that I'm using. Again, if you want to, this is just what I'm using, but you could totally use what you have at home. The hole punch, you can punch your holes with a regular 3-ring binder hole punch. Instead of having the coils, you can use a 3-ring binder or a folder. I know people who print up, say, what they're gonna use for the week and just put that in a pocket folder, and that's what they use. Or you can put it in one of the prong folders and use that for the week. That will work. And laminating sheets, you don't have to laminate the covers if you don't want to. Put it in a page protector. That works just fine. And I think that's all the goodies that I have here. So let me go ahead and cut to the actual process and showing you how I print and bind our curriculum. Alright, so first thing I do is print out my front and back cover pages. I print those separately because I don't want them double-sided. Once those are printed, I then start by printing out our lessons. And as you can see here, this is the EcoTank Epson printer, and it does the automatic double-side printing, so it sucks that page right back in, which makes it so easy and convenient to print out these lessons. While those continue to print, because it's going to take a minute to print all of that, I start laminating the cover pages, and all I'm going to do is just pop those printed out pages inside of the pockets of the laminating sheets and run those through the laminating machine, making sure that they stay nice and straight and that they're not crooked or anything like that. I'm going to slide in the cover page. Next, I am going to make sure that all my pages are nice, stacked, and even. And then I'm going to trim down the cover sheets just to cut off that extra laminating sheet that is around it. So I'm basically cutting down to the paper, making sure that it's all the same size. I haven't had any problems with fraying or anything. So, but if you are worried, I would only cut the part down where the binding is, and then that way the binding spine will all line up together. So everything's lined up great. So I am going to put my cover sheet in and punch it. This particular binding press will press 12 pages at a time, and as you can see, it goes really quickly, even though I sped it up, but it really does go really quickly, and it will not take tons of time. That's all done. We're going to use our binding coil, and we're just going to spin it through. It's really easy to do. This particular machine actually has a way for you to line it up and spin it, but I haven't figured that out, so I'm just gonna do it by hand. But it just spins right through, and it's super simple. Once you have it all the way through, I'm going to use my little clip to clip it in. We clipped that side already, so let me flip it over and show you. You just make sure the little red dot is facing up, you clamp it, and then you kind of bend it at a 90 degree, and it's all set and ready to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I will try to link everything down below in the description if you want to know exactly what I'm using, but it's totally worth it, guys. It really is. I will say now, the Epson EcoTank printer, it's not a speedy printer, so it does take some time to print, you know, 175, 200 some pages, but it's worth it in the end. Once, I think the printing is the longest part. Once you like punch those holes, coil that bind with the coils, it's super quick. It goes really quickly. So the printing is the longest part, but after that, you're good to go. So let me know any questions down below. I would love to know, are you going to be printing your curriculum this year, or are you purchasing it and having it shipped out to you? Let me know what you're doing. We're doing a little bit of both, but let me know what you're doing. Don't forget, I post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday right here. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the fun. Also, guys, head over to Instagram where you can hang out with me and the family on the daily and just get to know us. So I hope you guys have a fantabulous week, and I'll talk to you guys in a couple of days. Bye.